Bentley.
We don't have a door.
Bentley.
We don't have that, but Quiet Grace is in quilt shops now. Hi everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of Henry Glass Fabrics. Today I want to show you our December 2023 shipping collections before we close out the year. This one is called Turtle March and it's by Lisa Sparling. And lovely turtle group, the title says it all. So we start off here with this 24-inch panel, adorable little turtles, little fish, all kinds of sea creatures in there, birds, the nice sky, the lovely water. They did a nice sand print in here, and then you have this little patch here that you could strip out. And let's check out the selvage. Check out how cute that selvage is, little sea turtles. That looks like it's probably about 18. So then we go here. This is a running yardage print, selvage to selvage, and it keeps repeating, but it's really beautiful scenic here, and you can see all the turtles are making their trek to safety in the water. And then we move down here to the supporting cast. So we have all these lovely blueprints with the water. It's lovely. So you have the large sea turtles here. And then we go down to the sand print with the starfish and little shells on a light cream ground. Then we go to the smaller turtles on the water print of light blue and white. And then we move to a sand print with a little bit of foliage, some grass and leaves, and then turtles kind of making their trek. And then we go back to another beautiful blue ground. This one is a sky with the lovely birds. And then we go to a little plants, and then we finish it off with a more spread out bird print. Really simple, kind of almost low volume, and this probably will do great. It will make a beautiful quilt or a beautiful addition to any quilt. So that is Turtle March by Lisa Sparling for Henry Glass Fabrics. The next December 2023 shipping collection for Henry Glass Fabrics is called It Is a Beautiful Day by Dawn Rosengren. And Marcus is showing you the book panel. So you know this is a 36-inch book panel to make a nice soft book for a child or an adult. And all the instructions are there. Let's see if we could show you the instructions on the bottom. Over here, Marcus. And then we'll move that out of the way and I'll show you the rest of the line. So there you go. All right, so let's check it out. So here we have the running yardage blocks. This is you have the different squares with the animals in them. We forgot to measure them. They look about 12 by 12. But Dawn is awesome. She's the sweetest woman. She sends me these lovely stickers and notes and stuff for my kids. But really a special person. If you've seen her on video, you'll know she's really special. So again, the blocks here. Let's check out the selvage, Marcus. If you could zoom in there, really cute. She's got the trucks, all the different animals, a really good selvage. That's like a fabric on its own. And then we go to the panel. So here we have a 24-inch panel with all these different quadrants. You have these smaller blocks here, look about five or six square. And then you have this one, and then you have more down here. So a lot to do here. You could use it as one single piece. You could cut these up. You could just use the centerpiece. But lots of great options here, and Dawn's art is just fabulous to do that with and show off all these animals and bugs. She's got these beautiful butterflies. And now let's check out the supporting cast. So here, so she did some pigs on a little dotted gray ground. We have the cows and the buckets for the milk, a little chair to sit on while you're milking the cow. Then we go to the little ducks on the check, sheep on a little cream ground, little foliage in there, little leaves. Then where are you going here? We have the big ducks, and then we go to the little barns on a green, light green check, a nice word print with lovely little words about butterflies and love. And then down here we go to the green ground with the little sheep and goats. Here we go to the trucks on the white ground. Love the colorway here with the kind of muted brown and the blue. And then we finish it off with some coordinates. So here you have little plants, a nice blue ground with a white dot, a little distressed, and then a distressed stripe. So that is A Beautiful Day by Dawn Rosengren. The last December 2023 shipping collections for Henry Glass Fabrics are both from Kim Deal. One is the Quiet Grace collection, and the other is a 108 collection called Sun Wash Romance. I always find it tricky to talk about the Kim Deal lines because they're very detailed and lots of just small print, and it's hard to put the right word on the design. So instead of trying to come up with everything, Marcus is going to show you all the beautiful fabrics, but we have lots of small prints, beautiful colors. Over here, I like the way she added in some nice lights. People always love those. Those do really well. Some nice large flowers. But again, she uses a lovely color palette of rich browns and greens. Different shades. I mean, even like this, for example, look at these different shades of green and here, and she does such a great job. But again, what we love about Kim Deal is the projects and the way she puts it all together. She is just a total master of what she does, and this is just another one of her great collections. So let's talk about the 108 while we're here. The 108 works really well with this collection, or any of Kim's lines for that matter. Most of her stuff works together really well, so if you have some of her older lines, you can mix this in with the newer lines. But this 108 collection is 6 SKUs. Again, nice light colors, all soft. So we have this white ground with this lovely orange flower. Then we have this cream ground with the outlines of the flowers with some pops of color in there. Love that. And again, it's not your regular yellow. It's a nice gold and a rich like burgundy and a dark green and a rusty orange. And then we go here to this geometric on this nice cream ground with a little bit of touch of white, a little bit of touch of gold, and then some of them have black. Then we go to a more traditional, lovely flower, green flower and little pink flowers in there as well on a white or off-white sort of ground. Then we go to this orange toned line with a little bit of green and some light creams in there, but a lovely flower. And then we finish it off with these, let's call them flower heads or something like that. Again, really hard to put a word on it. I'm sure if you guys were at home having a lot of an easier time than I am to come up with a description. So anyway, this is it here, Sunwash Romance and Quiet Grace by Kim Deal, and we're excited to finish the year off strong. Hope you guys have a great 2024. Peace. Hi everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of Studio E Fabrics. Today I'm here to show you our December 2023 shipping collections, and we're starting off here with Squeeze the Day by Rebecca Canali. So as you can imagine, Squeeze the Day refers to lemons, and we start off here with the 24-inch panel. Really nice little layout here of just a nice table set up with the lemon drinks and lemon treats and some berries and a nice table runner, nice lemon plant, and lovely flowers on the bottom and on the top. And then we go here to the block print, and then you could see the selvage. We have little lemons in all different colors, but these are some nice blocks. And those look about 12 by 12. They say squeeze a day, make lemonade, sweet summertime, you're my main squeeze, lemon squeezy, live life with zest. So let's check out the rest of the line. So here we have a nice stripe that kind of ties it all in, the lovely lemon trees, little lemons, some bees, little purple flowers, and then we go here to this yellow ground print with the lemons on little branches, little blueberries floating around, and then we have a set bee print on a like a very light color creamy ground. Then we go over here to the blue ground with the lemon branches again, and a white ground with blue with everything lemon, the bees, kind of all the motifs together. Here we have a lovely little flower on the blue ground, purple and white flowers, and then we finish it off with some coordinates, a nice check in blue, and then we have the yellow and white check with the bee silhouettes, and then we finish it off with tiny little blueberries and an all over. So that is a Squeeze the Day by Rebecca Canali for Studio E Fabrics. The next December 2023 shipping collection is called Portfolio of Landscapes. This is by Elizabeth Isles. It's a 17-piece collection, and it is a portfolio of landscapes, so lots of different opportunities here to use the fabric to make some really neat landscapes. So let's talk about the SKUs. Let's start over here on this end. So here we have these lovely trees, and then up here we have this lovely blender that could be a sky or water or just a background in different shades. Here's a different one with the greens and the trees and just a lot of geometrics in there and just kind of very abstract but really beautiful. And here we have these two scenics where you could see the water with the grass, and then more of the water here in the blue with the grass. And then we have a lot of coordinates to work with. So you have like a blender with whites and blues, and then you have a darker one with mostly blues and greens. Here you have a blue and green blender. There you have little rocks on like a purple blue ground, and then we did it on a rusty or brown color ground. And there you have two nice wonky plaids. Here's a nice little blender, almost it could be sand or a sky or a background. And then we finish it off with another one of these blenders in a rich rust and green color. So there you have it, a portfolio of landscapes for Studio E Fabrics by Elizabeth Hiles. The final Studio E December 2023 shipping collection is called Splendid Path, and this is a collaboration between Chelsea Design Works and Karen Montgomery. Splendid Path is an 18 SKU collection that has a lovely palette of pinks, aqua, lavender, and lime green. As I mentioned, Chelsea Design Works teamed up with Karen Montgomery to create the beautiful floral collection filled with gorgeous flowers, vines, and leaves. The patterns in this line include a border stripe, a trellis, toss florals, a tone-on-tone floral, and ditzies in a variety of colors. Karen's clever dots and holes cheater pattern provides a multitude of possibilities for quarter circle projects such as the Drunkard's Path and Garden Path without the challenges of having to cut and sew all the curves. Make sure to check out the projects at studioefabrics.net. So here you go. This is the dots and holes, which has a lot of functionality. You could cut this up and save you a lot of time to make you a lot of challenging projects without the challenge. So here you have it, nice little selvage here. Here we go, we get a lovely little stripe with these beautiful flowers. This reminds me of the olden days when we used to do a lot of florals for lingerie and sleepwear. Here you have this lovely floral all over on the white ground. Here we have like a bias plaid with some florals tossed in there, and these beautiful lilac colored flowers and pink on a white ground. Here's the little blender in three colors, purple, pink, and blue. Then we go to little leaf prints on green and blue, tiny flowers on pink, blue, and white, and then a little bit of a smaller bouquet of florals on white and blue. And then we finish it off with this nice little viney leaf with a few little flowers budding out of there. So there you have it. That is Splendid Path by Karen Montgomery and Chelsea Design Works for Studio E Fabrics. Hi everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, President of the Blank Quilting Corporation. Today I'm here to show you our December 2023 shipping collections. And I'm starting off here with Spring is Hair by Ava V Studio. And let's dive right in. So we start off here with the 24-inch panel. And as usual, you get some nice blocks. These are probably about 10 by 10 with the little bunnies on the nice blue ground with the fun little plaid on the side, all different poses. And then on the bottom, you get a little added bonus. You get the little labels, Stitch with Love 4 by on, Stitch with Love 4 by on, and more of that. And then check out the selvage. We have cute little bunnies sitting up. Let's check out the rest of the crew here. So we have a nice stripe. Here you can see that. And you have the different rows, the eggs, the bunnies, the little duckies, and then the plaid. And then here we go to all over on blue with the little Easter eggs and flowers and the bunnies frolicking around. And then the next print, you go to an off-white ground with the Easter eggs and some little leaves. Next, we have a pink ground with small butterflies. And then continuing with pink, we go to the pink ground, with purple. The purple ground with the bunnies playing around with the eggs. Then we go to the little chicks on green, which really is nice combination. Here we have the bigger chicks or ducks, maybe you could call them. And this is a blue ground with little yellow flowers. And then we finished off with that kind of wonky watercolor plaid that you could see throughout the collection. So there you have it. That's Spring is Hair by Studio Eva V. The next December 2023 shipping collection for the Blank Quilting Corporation is called Gypsy Flutter, and it's by LCS. And Marcus is showing you the lovely line, but let's discuss the panel that's up here, the 24-inch panel. Lots going on here. Of course, a lot of different cutouts. You could cut this block, you could cut these out, you could strip this, or you could just use it as one big piece. But it's beautiful with all these dragonflies and nice little blender in the background, lovely flowers, and then this texture around the sides. Here, let's check out the selvage. I always say this, but there's several customers that have dragonfly in their shop name, and they're always tracking me down a quilt market asking for the dragonfly design. So now we have a lot of them. So lots of great options for you dragonfly people. So here we go to the blue ground with the moons and the silhouettes of the dragonflies in different sizes. Above that we have a set dragonfly print with little texture in the background on blue. The next one is a green ground with a little blue dragonfly, kind of like a low volume print. Then we go here to a print with a lot of different plants, ferns, and some dragonfly silhouettes in there as well in purple. Next we have a purple blender, kind of like a lava print, a nice little tonal that would work with any line. Then we go to the patches, which have different motifs from the collection, whether it's dragonflies, the moons, little plants, what have you. Next is a blue ground with dragonflies and the moon and a little bit of foliage in there as well. And above that we have the lovely floral print, pink and purple flowers and green leaves. Next is another smaller flower with purple and blue on a blue ground. Lovely floral there. Here we go to the tossed dragonfly print with the green, blue, and purple dragonflies on a creamy white ground. Then we have the blender again, the lava one. This one is in blue. And then we round it off with a lovely floral print in purples and blues. So there you have it. That is Gypsy Flutter by LCS for the Blank Quilting Corporation. Next December 2023 shipping collection for the Blank Quilting Corporation is Flourish. This is by Silas M Studio. So let's check it out. It's an 11-piece group. We start out here with this 24-inch panel. I love this panel because it's just unusual with the different shapes, and it's kind of offset. Usually things are so symmetrical, so this is a little different, and just love the way they did it. Even they have like the overlay of the butterfly into the blocks, but it's a lovely soft green color, almost on a wood grain with these butterflies, little silhouettes behind it, and then these different size blocks that you could cut out or use this as one whole piece. But lovely florals, nice butterflies, and check out the selvage. And let's check out the rest of the group. So here we have the stripe, which is a little plaid mixed in with rows of flowers, and the green, fuchsia, some white in there. Next we have an all-over print with the birds and the flowers on a white ground. Then we have a seafoamy blue or green color ground with little flowers on top, beautiful flowers. And then we have a light blue ground with more of kind of circular flowers in like a wreath shape with some butterflies in there as well. Next is a nice paisley. Then we go to a blender that almost looks like waves of water on pink. And then we go to a very light ground with different butterflies and little pink little flowers in the background. And then we kind of finish it off with some of the coordinates, just kind of add-ons, blenders. Here we have a nice plaid, tiny flower, yellow and green on a bright pink ground, and then we finish it off with this almost like a paisley looking floral. So there you have it. That's Flourish for the Blank Quilting Corporation by Silas M Studio. The next December 2023 shipping collection for the Blank Quilting Corporation is called Scarlet Story, and it's by ColourPop Studio. And it's a lovely little group in black and red and white with some gray in there. This colorway continues to sell well, and it will go on forever. So let's start off here with the panel. This is a 24-inch panel, as I mentioned, black, gray, red, and white. And you have these lovely large flowers and fun little paisley type design. And then on the bottom, it kind of has some of these card things like hearts and spades. And let's check out the rest. Hearts, spades, clubs, and diamonds. Yes, I got them all. So here we have the red ground with the cherries, a nice little wonky stripe made up of dots. Here we have a nice dragonfly print in black and white. And then again, the cards. You got the spades, the diamonds, the hearts, and the clubs. And then you have the large white exploding flower on little red and black background. Here you have the suits of the cards again on a white ground in black and white. Nice paisley using all the colors. Clusters of little flowers on a black ground. And then we have here, this one looks kind of like the panel, just a little bit smaller, those same motifs on the black ground. And then we have these fun circles tying in all the colors. And then we finish it off with a nice little flower, white flower with the little red and black dots on a red ground. So that is Scarlet Story for the Blank Quilting Corporation by ColourPop Studios. The next December 2023 Blank Quilting Shipping Collection is called Let Us Make Peas, and it doesn't say let us, it's lettuce, Lettuce, like the vegetable, make peas, Peas. This one is by Angel Nicole. It's a nice small group, 10 SKUs. Let's check out this block print. So here you have different blocks of the little character kind of doing his gardening or her gardening and doing all the things around the house and the farm, the little bugs and plants. A nice little stripe here on the side. Here's the selvage. These are watering pots. And let's check out the rest of the line. So down here, this is like the panel. These are all over, or just a big all over of what the little character is doing, playing around in the garden and bicycling and things like that. Here's a nice light pink ground with different vegetables and little farm tools or gardening tools. And then we go to little block print with these tiny little blocks with different motifs in them, and they're all in different directions, so it is tossed, which I know people always like. Here we go to a creamy off-white ground with little bugs, bees, caterpillars, ladybugs, butterflies, snails, worms, the whole gamut. Here we have a nice small print on blue with, again, the different vegetables, little tools from the garden, and the little character in there. Here we have a yellow ground with little sun, rainbow, clouds, the whole gamut of weather. And then here we finish it off with some coordinates. So you have the white ground with little orange, it almost looks like tomato plant, and then little vines, and then we have a nice bias stripe with all different shades of yellow and brown and green and blue and white, and then we finish it off with a green ground and again little motifs from the garden, gloves, wheelbarrow, cutting tools, things like that. And that is Let Us Make Peas by Angel Nicole for the Blank Quilting Corporation. Final December 2023 shipping collection for the Blank Quilting Corporation is called Camp USA, and it's by Blank Path Studios, and it's a lovely camping group. So let's start off here with the block print. So here we have various blocks in actually different directions. That's kind of fun. So you could use this as one piece, or you could cut out the blocks as is, and then you have the little fun stars in the background. You could also use this with the little pine trees to strip that out. Simple little selvage here with just little stars, but you have your tent, your camper, more tents. Really fun, makes you want to go camping. So let's check out the rest of the group here. So here we have the stripe, which kind of ties in all the motifs, the tents, the trees, the campers, and then we went to a block print or patchwork. So actually patchwork, and you have the different tents in all different configurations in there. Here we go to the white ground all over with a lot of the camping motifs, the tents, the chairs, some instruments, some lights, a fire. Here we go to a really rich blue ground with the patriotic campers kind of lined up there with some pine trees. Then we go to the white ground with various campers in there and a lot of the different camping motifs, the chairs, the lights, the tents, the campers, all the trees. Here we have the lanterns on a blue ground with a tiny white star. Then we go to the barbecues in a patriotic fashion with the red and white stars, and the blue, the bottom part is blue. Here we have a rich blue ground with some stars, and again, a lot of the motifs from camping. You got a little ketchup bottle, guitar, nice chairs, light, fire, whole thing. And then we finish it off with some coordinates, little add-ons, things that you need to make a nice quilt. We have the lovely pine trees on the rich black ground with the little white stars. And then we finish it off with two white star prints. One is on a red ground and one is on a blue ground. So that is Camp USA by Blank Path Studios for the Blank Quilting Corporation.